Before we had AT&T Business Wireless coverage, our delivery GPS wasn't the most reliable. Once our driver had to do a 14-point turn to get back on route. A 14-point turn! An influencer even live-streamed the whole thing. Not good for business. Now with AT&T Business Wireless, routes are updating on the fly and deliveries are on time. And the influencer did get us 53 new followers, though.
AT&T Business Wireless. Connecting changes everything.
Join me, Monica Reinagel, for a live taping of the Nutrition Diva podcast in Washington, D.C. On Wednesday, August 19th, we are gathering at the beautiful Friends of the National Arboretum to dive into the science of hydration. We're kicking the evening off with a sunset yoga session, followed by the live podcast recording and an open Q&A. So bring your most burning nutrition and hydration questions. Come for the yoga, come for the show, or do both. A huge thanks to our friends at Liquid IV for making this night possible and keeping us hydrated all evening long. Spots are limited. Grab yours and RSVP now at nutritiondivadc.com.
On today's Smart 7, Farage wins in Clacton despite Count Binface's best efforts, students celebrate A-level results and much more. It's Friday, 14th of August, it's World Lizard Day, and happy birthday, Halle Berry.
The Smart 7, it's news, but not the news.
There was some good news for Prime Minister Andy Burnham on Thursday as new figures from the Office of National Statistics showed that Britain's economy grew by 0.4% in the 3 months between April and June. There was a warning, however, that the ongoing Middle East conflict could impact figures as we head into the second half of the year. There was no let-up in the pressure, however, over the government's early release programme, which is designed to ease pressure on Britain's overcrowded prisons. The PM has promised to review the scheme after anxiety over the potential release of the killers of PC Andrew Harper, but Met Police Chief Sir Mark Rowley says the justice system is struggling.
It's very, very precarious at the moment, sort of long-term disinvestment. We will always be publicly accountable. We're the agency closest to the public. The reason we're really worried, we're the ones who see victims day in and day out.
Sir David Normington, former permanent secretary at the Home Office, agreed, warning that with the probation service poised for strike action, the situation is critical.
The criminal justice system is an end-to-end system with the police, the probation service, the prisons, and every part of that system is under stress.
Thursday saw teens across the UK getting their exam results, but with a stark gap between London results and the rest of the country, as 32% of London students got A's, while only 23% did so in the North and East Midlands. That's an increase on last year, and with PM Andy Burnham promising to tackle regional inequality, it's one more item on his to-do list. With more than 1 million NEETs, that's young people not in education, employment or training, there's pressure on to get this year's crop of students into the next phase of their life, whether it's work or study. Skills Minister Baroness Smith was defending the government against claims that new employment rights make it more expensive for employers to take on staff.
It's a pattern of making sure that when people are in work, they're in decent work, and that's a pattern that I'm quite willing to defend. And of course, we do have more people in work now than we had a year ago, but of course we need to listen to employers.
Dr Jo Saxton is the CEO of university umbrella body UCAS, and she says despite the increased options for apprenticeships and technical colleges, universities still have an important role to play.
There's still only a third of those 18-year-olds leaving school and college who are going on to university. When people talk about too many, I think there are still plenty more who could be going.
Friday morning saw the results of the Clacton by-election caused by Nigel Farage's resignation in a bid to avoid a parliamentary inquiry. The process, which saw the major parties boycott the election and Farage face off against a motley crew of independents, hasn't done the Reform leader any favours. While he did win back his seat with over 22,000 votes, his main rival, Count Binface, got over 9,000, leaving the Reform leader with egg on his face. He declined to attend the count, with Reform claiming that Essex police had told them not to, although it's not clear if that was true. But speaking at a Reform event, Nigel was happy to claim victory anyway.
I'm not scared of these people, but I'm damned if I'm going to stand on a stage having won a resounding victory, a ringing endorsement of all that I've tried to fight for and you try to fight for, and be demeaned and humiliated by nobodies.
Ukrainian President Zelensky announced on Thursday that his forces have recaptured about 300 square miles of territory from Russia in the Oleksandrivsky region. He says Russia suffered almost 10,000 casualties during the operation, which liberated about 25 settlements and is another setback for Russian forces. While that's a positive, there's growing concern about Ukraine's air defences for the winter ahead. The Ukrainian president was chasing a very specific deal from allies on Thursday, in particular the US, warning that it's crucial to get stocks of Patriot missiles before winter comes.
I'm asking American partners to sell me 5% of missiles, what they have in their stocks. If they sell us 5%, we will go through the winter. If they can sell us 10%, we will destroy all the Russians' ballistic missiles.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Cadillac make changes in F1, and we catch up with Australian breakdancer Reagan. Right after this.
Summer's supposed to be the easy season. So why are so many people quietly Googling a therapist between summer Fridays? Because more daylight doesn't fix the hard stuff. Sometimes it just turns the volume up. Grow does therapy differently. Grow connects you with thousands of high-quality licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. The therapist you want takes your insurance on Grow. Grow accepts over 125 insurance plans. Sessions average $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Join me, Monica Reinagel, for a live taping of the Nutrition Diva podcast in Washington, D.C. On Wednesday, August 19th, we are gathering at the beautiful Friends of the National Arboretum to dive into the science of hydration. We're kicking the evening off with a sunset yoga session, followed by the live podcast recording and an open Q&A. So bring your most burning nutrition and hydration questions. Come for the yoga, come for the show, or do both. A huge thanks to our friends at Liquid IV for making this night possible and keeping us hydrated all evening long. Spots are limited. Grab yours and RSVP now at nutritiondivadc.com.
Welcome back. Formula One has been enjoying a summer break, but that doesn't mean there's no drama. Cadillac made their entry into F1 this season, but the 11th team on the paddock are also 11th on the scoreboard with no points and 9 races in which they didn't finish. That was enough to see the man who set up the team, Graham Loudon, abruptly sacked this week and replaced by Marcin Budkowski, a veteran of Ferrari and McLaren. Dan Tauris, the CEO of Cadillac owners TWG Motorsport, says he didn't have much choice on the timing.
There's no easy way to make this transition within Formula One. Can you imagine the press if Martin's strolling through for a tour of the factory or we're having these conversations? It becomes destabilizing. And so it's important to respect the purview of the leadership that's in place at that time.
We haven't heard much from Matthew McConaughey in a little while, but Texas's favourite son is back and promoting his new movie, The Rivals of Amzia King. It stars Matthew as the unofficial mayor of an Oklahoma community who reconnects with his foster daughter, played by Native American actress Angelina Lookingglass. The plot takes several twists and turns, and it has the makings of an epic. McConaughey's character performs in a bluegrass combo, and he popped up on The Tonight Show to discuss another crucial aspect of the role, working as a beekeeper, although there was an unexpected real-life twist when it came to the bees.
This is a week before we started shooting. I get stung, and the beekeeper goes, "You allergic?" I go, "No, absolutely not." Everyone left. I had a 45-minute drive back home. About 30 minutes of the way home, I start to notice my peripheral vision. I wonder what it is. I pull the vanity mirror down. My eye looked like this. I was very allergic.
If you cast your mind back to the Paris Olympics in 2024, you might just recall the debut of breakdancing as a competitive sport. But if I say ray gun, you're probably immediately picturing the millions of memes depicting Australian breakdancer Rachel Ray Gunn. The academic was Australia's top-ranked B-girl or breakdancer, but her Olympics appearance was a disaster with no votes across 3 rounds. She did, however, become massively internet famous, and now a new documentary in Netflix's Untold series tracks the story of Ray Gun breaking badly. It's due to drop next month.
Right before the Olympics, I went to my therapist, panicked. She was like, what's the worst that could happen? The whole world could laugh at me. She's like, do you think that's reasonable? I was like, oh no.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
When everything is moving all at once, your workforce, your tech stack, your business, you don't need more tools. You need one solution. That's why Paylocity built a single platform to connect HR, finance, and IT with AI-driven insights and automated workflows that simplify the complex and power what's next. Because when everything comes together in one place, growth comes easy. Experience one place for all your HCM needs. Start now at Paylocity.com/one.
Back to school is busy enough. The last thing you need is shopping that makes it harder. Whether you're moving into a dorm, your first apartment, or just getting organized for the semester, Wayfair makes it easy to get everything you need in one place. Furniture, bedding, storage, decor, study essentials, all at prices you'll love, with fast shipping before move-in day. Get everything you need for back to school season. Shop Wayfair.com today.
Wayfair, every style, every home.